special pDAI update video coming back for you, baby dolls. I have a NineIronCapital post that we're going to go through and also some commentary from DcentraliseMe. But of course, I want to look at the price chart right now. pDAI is just over 500x to $1. Most of the marketplace, remember, 94% of the PulseChain community don't like it and hate it. 94%. So 6% on the other side, they do like it. I like it. I own it. And that 94%, they're giving a 0% probability that anything good will ever come from this. And they're giving a 0% probability that can be fixed. It's just 0% probability to everything. That's what they're pretty much computing today. And then I'm on the other side of that. I'm taking the other side of that. I don't think it's 0%. I think the market's got it wrong there. I think it will change over time. Obviously, the market's right today. I think it will change over time. Even if your odds are 10% chance that this thing is going to actually work out, 10%, you're pretty much saying that the thing is 50x undervalued, which is interesting, right? We have this amazing information asymmetry, and that's because we have the nature of Ethereum going down, the business cycle going down, and it being on Richard Heart's super contrarian chain, being a cult within a cult, you don't have that many eyeballs. That's why it's a blue ocean area, and a lot of people have not pretty much experienced even the story. They don't even have an opinion on it out there in outside of PulseChain. So I do wonder what the price would be if more and more people learned about this. But you don't want them to really do that, because then it would be a red shark ocean area. Wouldn't let me buy the dip, right? It would price itself more effectively. Now let's continue, friends. So, Mr. 99, I have suspected that wallet 5996. So remember, 5996 is one of the rumored PulseChain Pioneers, maybe related to Richard Heart wallets. I've long suspected that this wallet and related wallets are connected with B22F and 9E6F wallets, which took governance control of PulseChain Aave and PulseChain Maker in July 2023. Now we finally have the on-chain proof connection. This seems like a team to me. pDAI to $1 NFA. Now, remember, friends, these people and these teams. So this is ultimately, friend, like I don't care about changing anyone's opinion. I'm just telling you, when I see this happening, okay, I don't get what the hell's happening. All right, I just see a lot of stuff. When I'm seeing things connect and they're building stuff and they're doing things, I think of like little lemmings, like just building things out, little gnomes. You know, you ever play like World of Warcraft, the little troll gnomes just like building things, leveling up your engineering and your blacksmith. I see that. I don't think it's random. That's me. Yeah, you can have your opinion. That's okay. Go your own way. No crying at the casino. I don't think it's random, man. I think it's deliberate. I think it's purposeful. I think it's intended. That's me. That's why when I see the market literally giving a near 0% chance that anything is being built from me, I'm like, dude, I don't think it's zero, bro. Even if I think it's 10%, which I don't, I think it's higher. But if I do think it's 10%, it's a 50x away, right? Friends, it's kind of like if there were odds for heads or tails, and I'm going to flip a coin. There was an odds market, and it was literally someone is letting you buy the heads component. So you could bet on heads or tails, but they're putting the odds at, okay, tails is 50% if you want to buy it. That's the odds, but the odds of heads is literally 1%. Yeah. Literally 1%. So you might even, might not even like coins. You don't even like playing heads or tails. You're more of a Game Boy type of guy or girl. But you're like, well, 1% odds for it to flip heads. That's what we're trying to do here. Trying to look at these things and obviously believe in something as well, which helps along the way. As well, to add to this, remember the PulseChain Pioneers, which I've made a lot of my pictures here for you. They're building all these things, man. They took over PulseChain Aave. You got to remember, friends, a lot of these protocols, they don't have keys to control. The keys are the governance tokens, right? So they're the power. So if you own the power, you own the tokens, you can then do some voting and controlling of stuff out here. So in Mr. 9iron's post, this is wonderful information, right? So remember, just to clarify again, he's basically saying wallet 5996, so the rumored Richard Heart, that OA wallet, is saying he's found proof that the wallets that took over Aave and MakerDAO in July 2023, they're connected. So what he's done is he goes, go and look at PulseChain's Aave lending pool. All of the details are there. You can see that this wallet takes control and balancer. It's no surprise this other wallet is the main actor immediately post-fork. adding liquidity and enabling various functionality from pDAI to pDAI. Interesting, okay? And I think that's PulseChain DAI. I think the pDAI it's your pDAI, but it's the one sitting in the Aave protocol, okay? And then he goes through some more clarifications. It's no surprise here. Here is this other wallet launching another contract. It's been obvious that the raid of Maker came from Aave, but it was not obvious that FD34 was the mastermind of this all until today. This seems to connect the pieces to show that the group of wallets that are currently working on cleaning up Maker's bad debt are also the same set of wallets that turned off the minting in July of 2023. And they are the current owners of the hats. Wow, shout out to Dazzy Boo as well. We love all your work out here. Crypto Daz out here. Yakub, analyzing Otterchain must be tough. My gosh, bro. Yeah, that's an understatement just to say it's tough. Like, it literally, you'd rather eat nails. So, you see, friends, here's the thing, okay? At the cheapest prices, like now, you don't even know this stuff. But if it works out, it's a matter of faith, isn't it? It's a matter of, look, I don't know who these wallets are. I don't know who controls them. I don't know what they're really doing. They just kind of seem to be helping. I can't connect them because that's what people who are doubting, which is okay, man. They come out and they say, show me the proof. Show me the evidence. I want the critical evidence. I like that Richard Dawkins guy. Like, I want to see the evidence, the data, the evidence. The year is 2012. Bitcoin, $10. You've just bought Bitcoin and your neighbor, who's a soy boy, wants you to show him the economic models and statistical models and mathematical proof that Bitcoin's going to work. And you're looking at him saying, dude, put your pants on and get out. I'm not into that. I was never into that. You should have pants. You said that to him. So he wants economic proof. He wants you. This is what 70% of society is like this. They're just sheep, dude. Okay. They want a formula to basically tell them they're not an idiot if they put money in this and it loses. That's what they want. That's more than 70%. Most people are like that. They go, give me the 2 + 2 formula that tells me if I put money in this, it has to go up and I don't lose. Give it to me. The world doesn't work like that, bro. You got to take risks. You have to take risk. You want reward? There's uncertainty. It's priced in as it is today. That's what I'm here to tell you. That's why I still stay long and strong. I don't have the answers, man. Believe in something, okay? Believe in something. It is just a matter of faith. I don't know who these people are. They could be destroying the chain right now. You get it? But because I don't know who they are, no one knows who they are. That's why the market price is down this cheap. It's cheap for DCA buying if someone wants it. I'm now going to show you a post from DcentraliseMe. The so-called exploiter wallet. This is that 5996. That's the Vietnamese kid with his big fat dong. That's the Vietnamese kid. Scam long dong, right? Literally, that's they're saying. See, friends, people outside the system when they come in, they connect the dots easier, but people within the system, they have a hard time because they're like, no. Are you implying that I'm in this cult, but I wouldn't be told about it because there's a deeper game within a game and it's in inception? So they basically mid-curve themselves. But who cares, man? Maybe we're mid-curve again. We'll see what the price does in the next 30, 60, 90 days and how it prices itself out. The so-called exploiter is now on-chain, linked to the same wallets that paused Maker's governance and seized Aave and Balancer back in July 2023. This wasn't random. It was a coordinated takeover. It's now clear. The wallets that disabled minting, took the hat, and are now cleaning up PulseChain Maker's bad debt are all part of the same team. This includes Wallet 5996 Vietnamese Kids Dong, the one burning pDAI in the peg stability mechanism, raising the deficit and moving us towards the flop auctions. This isn't an exploit, it's a coordinated reset. So once again, friends, I'm showing this stuff and like it's up to you, man. It's up to you to decide. I don't care if you don't decide. You can just walk away, you can not like it. I see this, okay, and I don't think it's random personally. Like, by the way, now we've got proof. We got proof. That's why, friends, before it was just these random wallets. Yeah, random. These PulseChain Pioneer wallets, they were doing things like one wallet over here. You imagine these little raiders, you know what I mean? Like they've got spoons in their hands. They go and they've taken over this village. Like, hey, we've taken over this fortress in this castle. They've grabbed the PulseChain maker tokens. Now that they've taken over that system. And then another group of raiders over there, they go and they're bandits, right? That's what it looks like. They're to untrained eye. They go, oh, let's go take over Aave now. So they raid them at the same time. So everyone who's watching back in 2023, you're looking at it, right? And remember, I was fading it. I was not in back then, friends. I was told about the infinite minting inflation bug. Right, when you go back here, let's go back on the daily chart. All right, I was told there's an infinite minting inflation bug here. Here it actually is. Actually funny, it came back down to that price. Right here, all right? So what he's saying is there was a raid here. So someone started raiding, and so I wasn't paying attention. I had no idea this stuff was going on. Okay, no idea. This was like the depths of despair. By the way, Richard Hart got attacked by the SEC here. He literally got black swan by the SEC, and this thing started happening, and people were just fully ignoring it. But I was making news and talking about it and stuff every day, right? So in this time period, that's why people are watching. They're like, wow, 2 teams, wallets, people raid these castles, MakerDAO and Aave, and they do this, and then they also shut down the infinite minting. And that's why, that's why the market prices this stuff up over time. Yeah, but there are no concrete answers. It's just a matter of belief. Look what he also continues to say. So it's not an exploit, it's a coordinated reset. What are their plans to? Unpause PulseChain maker governance, clean the system, restore pDAI to $1, and do it without any direct fingerprints from the big man. Basically, all these actions happening, no ties to Richard Hart. In fact, Catty, right? Catty Boo, friends, I made a post. We've got a video coming out. She's like looked on chain. She went a bit like mad with it because she's seeing these random things. She generally believed, maybe still does, I don't know, generally believes that there's malicious brainwashing from these bandits and they've taken over Richard Hart's chain and that they are like conning everybody into thinking this narrative is going to work. That's what they think. And then we're like, obviously on the other side, we think, I think more than likely it's a unicorn first cycle, which by definition means you can't see. You're trying to, for instance, like a UFO lands, your brain, you've never seen this thing before, dude. It's not a squirrel. It's not a duck. It's not a squeaky chair. It's not a cardboard box, okay? It's not Toby's mustache seizure. You've never seen anything like that. Your brain doesn't know. It's trying to like match things it's seen before. It doesn't know what the hell it's looking at. Well, people trying to describe this stuff, they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to say, my experience with first cycle hex was this, this, and this. Therefore, if it's not in that box, it's wrong. Right? That's what they're trying to do. It's just like the first people who discovered Bitcoin. There's no box for it, dude. It's not a stock. It's not a share. There's no business. There's no balance sheet. What is it? You don't even know what it is, right? We make the words and the labels later on. The people who buy before there's a word and label, they get the highest reward if it works. Yeah, like if you want to buy Bitcoin when it's a digital gold store of value replacement, look what price you're paying, dude. $86,000. Yeah? Wouldn't you like to buy it at $8? Bet you would. 10,000x lower. Watch out for the auctions. Watch out for the peg. All right? And then you also have, friends, here you go. Remakage. Why do they keep bridging out of PulseChain altogether? Let's at least be honest. Once again, perfect example. I'll scroll down. They're like, why would you go bridge out? That's definitely bad. Why would you go do that? Mr. DecentraliseMe. To make it appear as though they are really extracting. They can wash the money using Tornado Cash and bring back into refill lending protocols without nobody knowing where the funds came from. Okay. Mr. Matt Yeater as well. So Matt, friends, is awesome. When those funds come back onto the chain, they should give us a nice little pump. When pDAI pegs, they should pull the liquidity from surrounding chains. Looking forward to the neit's couple of pumps. Please do not forget about us blind folks. We need accessibility so we can participate too. So Matt, friends, he is blind. And it's fascinating, man. He's calling people who are not long pDAI to be pussies. He's like, dude, you're getting out-traded by a guy who's blind. Which is like, if we make the highest of stakes part 2, we got to have that story in there for the directors. Like, dude, like a guy comes in, literally can't even see, telling people on the internet that they're pussies for not believing. Man, the fire in this story, it's unheard of. Shout out to my friend as well, Mr. TikTok. Bullish. Mr. DB Cooper as well. Here we go, begging for a pagan. There we go as well, Mr. Begging for a pagan. How's that for you? All right, and then we also have Mark. What do you think is a realistic time frame? Well, Mr. Marky Boo, he's a first cycle unicorn. We can't use that word realistic. We've never seen it. It's kind of like, what's a realistic smell for a UFO? You know, like there's nothing to match it to. Does it smell like chocolate? They don't actually. UFOs, they smell like sulfur, smell like poop because they poop from their skin as well. If you're curious about that, which makes sense. Like, I guess if you evolved, you don't need a butthole anymore because you're just pooping out of your skin. They're androids. So I think this news is fantastic, friends. And so once again, it doesn't give you definitive anything. It just tells me, oh, once again, another day has gone by. This thing is not zero. Another day has gone by. It's not zero. There's no infinite minting bug. And more evidence and on-chain stuff has like connected pieces to show these actions of various wallets, which we suspected were PulseChain Pioneers and Believers. Now we actually can link them. We actually can link them to these pools. Wow, it actually was them, you know? But also, look at it, friends. Here's the thing, right? I believe if we got back up to like, let's say pDAI is up at like 5 cents, there's going to be like more info, right? And that's 50x, that's 25x higher, sorry. That's be 25, 30x higher. There'll be more info there, which gives people more understanding, but you're paying a higher price, right? If it's going to work out, it's only 20x to $1 up there only, but it's still amazing, by the way. So a big juicy update here for you. Where to from here? I check the pDAI to pulse ratio all the time. It's still hanging around here. It just looks like, honestly, it just looks like a normal chart, man. It literally, this was the scoop of hell. It just looks like a normal chart. It just looks like a normal chart. And like right now, these are all Fugazi prices. I mean, Ethereum went down to $1,400, man. You know what I mean? ETH-BTC went down to 0.019. I bought ETH-BTC at 0.019 in freaking 2019, friends. Like Q4 somewhere. It round tripped the whole thing. See what I mean? So that's the disastrous thunderstorms we're fighting against. If we've survived that, it makes me think to look better to look forward to a better future tomorrow. What do you think about that? Does that change your odds? I want to know what you think, friends. Does that actually change your odds seeing that stuff? It does for me, but don't let me impact you. A lot of people still say it's useless, it's random, it's all these things. Okay, bro, you can think that. I'm still long. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.